All right, guys. So this is the 10th podcast that I've been doing. It's the fourth one in the series that I'm doing with BANFF. No, fourth. And yeah, we're here with Mr. Gooter, Brandon Guthmann. Is that how it is?
Guthmann.
Guthmann.
How we doing, big fella? Good to see you.
Oh,
don't
cool.
get up on nothing. Don't get up on nothing.
No,
Real
I
gentleman.
don't want to get into it.
Okay, fair enough. Good to see you, mate.
Mr. Gooter has been, again, another good friend in BANFF.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's leaving tomorrow, this is why we had to do it.
Yeah, very sad times, but
yeah,
it's what it is. It is what it is.
He's the most Aussie guy going. Unfortunately, we can't have Wade with us because Wade's left, but these boys are the most Aussie people that I've met. Would you say you're a bogan?
I'd say beach bogan, yeah. We take beach.
What's the difference between a bogan and a beach bogan?
I'd say there's sort of three levels. There'd be like country bogan, which is just, real tough nut, sort of blue collar, hard Aussies, and then you just get your regular bogans that are sort of the lower class.
Yeah,
they're a bit more dirty and grubbier, and then you sort of get people like me and Wade that would be beach bogans, and we're sort of just bogans. Always around the beach. Always sort of just have a very relaxed attitude, but as Aussie as it gets, really.
Yeah, fair game. Because in England, obviously, you have all the accents, but
there's
you Aussies just have one accent, and it gets stronger or not as strong.
Yeah, there's not much variation. It's just either more harsh or more calm.
So true.
Or more polite and harsh. Yeah.
Brilliant. But yeah, I've also I found out that Kiwis are so much, like, their accent's so much stronger than
They're definitely a lot more prominent than Aussies. But again, the same thing, like they have people that have stronger accents than us as well.
But,
absolutely.
Yeah, so I wanted to get Gooter on. We call him Gooter or Goots. I wanted to get him on, obviously, because he wants to have a little chat.
Absolutely, mate. Every chat with you is a good chat.
Yeah, we've had some good chats.
We've had some great chats.
But yeah, I wanted to get you on. Tell us your story before we get into it.
Yeah, right. Well, I came here. Well, I grew up in Australia my whole life. I sort of grew up in the one place my whole life, like didn't really move from the Central Coast or anything like that.
Yeah.
Beautiful area, just surrounded by beaches and whatnot. And then sort of, always growing up with like Wade and that. He's been my best mate since I was about 14. Mm-hmm. We always talked about doing travels and that. Yeah. And obviously during COVID, we kind of got halted a bit. We were going to originally go to your motherland in England. Thank God we didn't. So that sort of led us to Canada. It was next on our list. And we came here with no plans, no visa. We waited 2 months for our visa to get approved when we first got here.
You came here with no work, no
work visa. It was in the process, but because of things, it was getting delayed, and we just sort of winged it. Really, we blew through all of our savings in those 2 months. It was almost going to be a very quick 2-month trip and just head back home. But thankfully, our visa got accepted, and we sort of sorted a few things out when we were living in Calgary, and.
Because you worked on a farm in Calgary.
Yeah, so we worked about an hour outside of Calgary, just working on a farm, doing just the most basic work possible with the guy that we had met. Yeah. And it was so much fun. Like, it was just out in the sun, and me and Wade just mucking around, having a good time and whatnot. And then played AFL, funnily enough, in Calgary with a local footy club.
AFL. If you've watched the Mitch podcast, they're all obsessed with it. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just a great sport, mate. Just get around it. And that's how we just met all of our mates in Calgary. They got us a place, got us a job. Like, they helped us out so much. Like, I owe so much to those boys. And then we played a game against.
It's annoying me.
That's all good. That's all good. I'll let you touch me.
There you go. Easy.
We came out to BANFF for a game, and that's where we met Mitch and Tex for the first time.
So you played Mitch and Tex?
We played against Mitch and Tex, when we played for Calgary. And then beers afterwards, and they said, no, like, you boys need to get to BANFF. Like, like, this is who we work for, the Gondi, those boys up there on that hill.
Yeah, hopefully it's focused.
Yeah, hopefully you can see it. But yeah, that's what led us here, and thank God it did, because far out, man, it's absolutely changed my life.
And, How would you say it's changed your life?
Oh, it's just opened up my mind to so many new things, like a lot more travel, experiencing like different cultures from different people, like sort of actually like getting to know people from all around the world, really. Like, as you know, from working there yourself, you get people from
everywhere,
from absolutely everywhere around the world. So it's it helped me out so much culturally like that, and then also just makes me want to travel more. Like I've got so many. I can go from top to bottom of England now because of the Gondi. Like know so many people there, and can't wait to go visit them all. And Italy, get to go see Bolo.
Oh, Bolo!
Oh man,
if he's watching this.
Yeah.
Oh, the pasta he made.
Yeah.
Which you missed out on.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it's definitely helped me in so many ways. I've definitely become a lot more. I mean, if you knew me back home, I was a fairly outgoing person, but now it's just sort of kicked off again even more. I'm a lot more open to talking to people and not so sheltered.
Do you feel like your confidence has risen?
I'd say definitely so. Yeah. Definitely. Like I was just saying, sort of opening to talking to new people and just getting more perspectives from life, and just enjoying life a bit more. Sort of when I was back home, was sort of starting to get in ruts and stuff like that of just doing the same thing, working the same job.
Yeah.
And
like the 9 to 5s.
Yeah, that's it. A lot of repetition, like going into hard work and that, and then come here, it's just like so much more relaxed. I've really found out a lot about myself and
found yourself.
Yeah, definitely in the least corny way possible.
So just picking up then. So so with the traveling, you said, have you been outside of Australia?
I went to America when I was about 15 with my mum and dad. Went to San Francisco and New York, and that was definitely an eye-opening sort of experience. Like seeing, like, you sort of hear things about America and you sort of wonder what it's about. And you're sort of a bit nervous, and then we other than that, I barely did much travel in Australia as well, to be honest with you. Like, been to Queensland once or twice and been to Melbourne a few times, but other than
where are you?
So I'm sort of an hour and a half, New South Wales, hour and a half north of Sydney in the Central Coast area. Just surrounded by beaches and fucking just a load of fun, really.
That's
it's unreal.
Decent. Well, because in Australia you have everything.
Yeah, well, it's like how Canada has their lakes, we've got our beaches. And, and England's got their pubs.
Yeah.
That's probably the best comparison. Volume-wise.
We can put away
the ratio of...
and we get like obsessed with what beer to drink.
Yeah.
But it's like, I wouldn't drink Carling, but like, you know, another boy down the road might drink Carling.
Yeah. Everyone's obsessed about their own beer that they drink, and it's almost like becomes competition. Not competition, but it's banter between what beer you're drinking and that.
But do you have that in Australia? Like,
we do a bit.
Tooheys VB.
Yeah, Tooheys VB, 4X. You know,
what's the one with it's like yellow and it's got a snake on it.
Mate, I don't
it's
know.
It's like an IPA. But
there's a lot of them. There's so many craft beers.
But everything's cold. Every
man,
beer,
you guys
ale,
and your warm goddamn beer.
It's
filthy.
I don't like it. But like my dad drinks like John Smith's. If any of you know John Smith's, wowee, it's just like a.
Do you put it in the microwave or something? Like, far out.
Just like have it hot.
It's like a cup of tea.
You couldn't be doing that. So run us through your story with, like, you know, mental health side, and as you said, like experiencing BANFF, and you said it got, you know, confidence, and
well,
so run us through that.
Going through back home was like, you know, you go through your things going up in high school, you like relationships and whatnot, and sort of finding out things, and then you come out into the real world and you're experiencing adult life for the first time and not really understanding how the world works, for me specifically. not the sharpest tool in the shed. But
he's not.
There was definitely like hard days of like wondering how I'm actually going to go in life. Like, it was definitely a fear of mine, is just not being happy in life and just being stuck in ruts and always sort of second guessing yourself. And then sort of coming over here, it was like breath of fresh air, like something completely new. But then also like,
so you needed this.
Definitely needed it to get out of the sort of headspace I was back home. But then it was also a whole new challenge coming over here as well. I'd never lived outside of, like, I'd lived with my parents up until I left, sort of thing. Unfortunately. So coming over here and experiencing like living by yourself, like having to do everything.
I mean, you had Wade though.
I did have Wade,
so
which, like, God
support.
bless him. Like, we've had so many chats about it. Like, couldn't have done it without him, and he couldn't have done it without me. So coming over here and sort of experiencing like being away from family and having to create like new friendships and that, and that's probably been the best thing about BANFF, is I've got mates for life now, like yourself. Like, I couldn't imagine it being here without you.
And you too.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Yeah.
And
There's a story of that after we talked
yeah,
about
we just I think the specific thing about BANFF in this community is just like everyone's in the same boat.
this.
Like everyone here is pretty much a traveler. Everyone's
Yeah.
experiencing the same things or going through similar things. So there's always an earful. Like there's
True.
always someone you can talk to. Which is great. Like it helps out so much. There was only so many people I could talk to back home, or like there was only a couple of people. Yeah, there was only a couple of people I felt comfortable with because everyone knows everyone back home. Like you tell one person, everyone knows, sort of thing sometimes. So
that's the traveler thing, though. Like if you're alone, I came here alone.
Yeah,
and
which is madness. You and Hayden as well. Like,
yeah, I've met everybody.
Yeah,
just from being confident, just it's like talking to people.
You are a lot outgoing.
Get it from my dad.
Yeah, very energetic. And
yeah, but you have to be because
absolutely, you got
if
no
you're
chance
like
otherwise.
sad and well, not sad necessarily, but like
if you're a lot more restricted,
yeah,
and
like a bit quiet.
Yeah,
like don't get me wrong, like if you're gonna be quiet, like it's
absolutely do your own
thing.
But
for a traveler mentality, you have to be outgoing.
Yeah.
Because if you're not outgoing, you know you're not going to enjoy it.
Yeah,
like,
you're not going to be motivated to do other things
and like we've met so many people.
Oh, an insane amount of people when you think about it. Like the amount of tears we've shed saying goodbye to people is ridiculous.
It's horrible. And BANFF has the biggest like turnover rate.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially the gondola as well.
Yeah.
Like, everybody comes and then like for summer and then goes away for you know,
for
back
the winter
to school
season.
Or they just go
to different ski hills and stuff like that.
That's horrible because you get close to that person. Like you, like I'm very going to shed a tear for you tomorrow.
Yeah,
because,
I know, it's going to be
you've
terrible.
been here since through the winter, through the summer.
Yeah,
and then
that's definitely one. Yeah, that's definitely one thing. Fuck wit. It's one thing I've had to learn over here. I remember messaging a friend not too long ago who'd been traveling for a year or so. And I said, like, how do you deal with saying goodbye to people? Because I've never really had to do it before in my life. Like being at home and being like just growing up with people that are your childhood mates or just mates that you've found along the way and who are still at home now. You know, you don't really say goodbye to a lot of people. Whereas over here, it's like, especially sort of towards the start of summer, it was everyone was leaving, and it was like that was another mental thing of just like having to deal with, am I going to see this person again? Or like, I've just become so close to someone and now they've disappeared. So it's definitely a hard thing, but you learn to just love the memories that you have with those people and just you hold on to those more than saying goodbye.
Like deal with it.
Absolutely,
like, you got to be brutal in your mind. Say, you know, I love that person, but you know, I'll probably see you later down the line. There's always going to be new people coming in.
Yeah, that's it. And that was like earlier today, Sean has come on by to say his goodbyes to me, and it was like, just get out, mate. I'll see you again. I don't want to have to think about it too much.
Because if you think about it too much,
it just destroys you. Yeah, you're in a wreck, and it's never good to be like that. But it's also good to let your emotions flow out. It's always like, I remember Bella not too long ago asked me like, how often do you cry? And I'd say, well, fair bit. Like I'd let myself go. Like if I'm feeling it, you gotta let it go. I saw a video the other day, was saying like, it's a bit of a odd start, Brett, hold with me. It was sort of a teacher was talking to a little kid and was just talking about perspective on life and such. And she said, you know, when people hold on to their wee, it hurts their stomach and that, and then, you know, it creates kidney stones. So I don't understand why people hold on to their tears. Because that hurts too. Which definitely. That resonated with me so much. There's been a lot of times in my past where I've had to just try and hold on, and you get that sort of stupid men's mentality of you're not meant to show your emotions and whatnot. So
it's all about that. Like with the like, this is what we're talking about with men's mental health. You know, it's seen, if you're seen as a guy, you think, oh, like roughy tufty, like you know, you're hardcore. And like back in the old days, it was like, you know, if you cried, you seemed weak. And nowadays, like I've got so much.
It's a lot more open nowadays, which is great. It's getting better. There's still a lot of work to do, but it's definitely, there's a lot more acknowledgement out there now.
I think the world's changed in that.
Drastically.
That, perspective.
Yeah,
because,
absolutely.
Like, you know, nowadays, especially like social media and stuff, and saying like promoting. You know, just you let it out, because if you keep it in, it'll destroy you, and that. And we'll link that to, you know, mental health as a whole, because if you keep it in, you know, it's like with Mitch. If you've seen the podcast, he kept it in. He was like in his bedroom, pitch black, just just couldn't get through it. And then he spoke to somebody. It's same as Sean as well. He spoke to somebody, and he started getting it out. And it's good. It's good to get it out.
Absolutely. And just figuring out your way to deal with things. It's easy to listen to someone else's opinion and sort of go, okay, I should do that. But if it doesn't work for you, then you need to find your own way. Like that's definitely something I've learned is finding my own way. For me, I like to sort of, I'll isolate myself for a little bit. I chuck some music on, have a smoke or something like that, and just really relax myself. Yeah, we could have a little smoke in a sec.
Yeah, and, bigger surprise.
And sort of, and then when I feel comfortable to, I sort of assess everything that's going on in my mind, and I really like reflecting. I love to sort of just reflect on situations that I'm going through and whatnot. And then when I feel like that I've got everything that I need to say, I just find someone to say it to and get their perspective and get their help.
So who would be like your main person to speak to? Like, because you got obviously your mum, dad, brother, your friends, Wade.
Yeah, I would say like definitely Wade and Gomez. They're like Shroomies.
Oh, those boys if you're watching this, hello, big lad. Welcome.
We those two specifically have helped me out so much in the last couple of years. Like going through my things back home and being over here as well. Those guys are my brothers. Yourself, absolutely, without a doubt. Like the times that I've had through here, we've definitely had to have some words to each other.
Yeah, definitely.
And like Sean, like so many people here, like Mitch, Tex, all those boys, like everyone that we've met here. Like, there's probably not one person that I wouldn't feel comfortable opening up to. But like Wade and Guma is definitely specifically.
Because that's crazy, isn't it? Because as you said before, in Australia you just had like a tight group. And now it's just expanded.
And now it's just massive, man. I love my friends back home so much. Like I love them to death, and wouldn't change one of them. I miss them all so much, and can't wait to see them. But coming over here and just expanding my friendship group has been like unbelievable, and I can't wait to do more travels and just keep expanding and expanding.
You got the travel book now.
Yeah, absolutely. And and it's not that I still don't have my tight friend group in that. Like I'll always have those boys. I'll always have you guys. I don't mind floating between groups and sort of just changing my situation up in that. So
are you happy you got out of Australia?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's just like I said before, it's opened up so much for me.
So many,
so many different avenues and so many things that I want to tick off my list now. I've seen people do things that I want to go do, or just figured a few things out that I want to go do, and now it's just it's just a matter of doing them. It's just a matter of sort of getting over there.
Because I feel like, it's just in England, for example, like people's bucket lists.
Yeah,
mine's got. I don't know about you. But mine's got massive.
Yeah,
because in people in England, they're just like people who work like 9 to 5 and just doing the same thing every day.
Yeah,
their bucket list is like, I don't know, to go to Europe or something.
Yeah, they have a very vague bucket list.
Whereas I'm like,
got very specific things that you want to do.
I want to go everywhere.
I'd say for me personally, I've never had an exact like bucket list of things I want to do. It's just sort of I find myself in a situation to be like, oh, I'd like to do that. I never really think too far ahead and be like, I want to tick this off, and this off. I sort of just let things happen, and then in the end I go, that was probably a bit of a bucket list moment for me. That was pretty surreal.
Because you have like when you're like, say, on top of Cascade or on top of a Harling Peak.
Yeah.
When we did that and we just standing there like, whoa,
this is impressive.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, I've definitely had a lot of moments like that over here where I just sort of, you sit back, you take it in, reflect, and just be like, oh, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
I think that's a very like important thing to learn. Like so many people that like nowadays, obviously with like phones and whatnot, everyone wants to like capture a moment. I've sort of like, when I was a younger kid, like going to concerts, I love going to concerts and festivals and whatnot. I used to film everything. But nowadays I love to just sit back, stand in the back
see
of
all the people.
Yeah, just stand at the back of the crowd and just watch it and just enjoy a live performance or just enjoy what's happening.
Shut up! Do you want to record a podcast there?
It's definitely a thing that I've learned over here is reflection. I'd say it's one of the best things I've learned over here is just sitting back, reflecting on situations, reflecting on times that I've had. And just enjoying it, just enjoying every process of it.
I'm glad to hear, because
Yeah.
I knew your story, but I didn't know like as a like
Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
had a very like broad perspective.
Yeah.
of it.
But let's talk about music, because you said
Yeah.
music in there.
Yeah, I reckon
And
we light these up for the music talk as well.
okay, we have a
little
so
gift for everyone.
it is legal in Canada, people. We're not anywhere else.
We're not breaking any laws.
Yeah, we might as well have a little smoke, because let's talk about weed, because a lot of people frown upon weed.
It is
My mom being
yeah.
one, but she loves it. She loves it, you know, whatever. But weeds help me quite a lot through here, because you know when you it's gonna be so smoky.
Yeah.
When
it's a nice way to just sort of relax.
Just relax, yeah,
just take your mind off a few things.
Yeah, but like there's so many. I've got so into it. Like it's like sativa, indica, hybrid.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ones out there, and it's funny because like in Australia, you're sort of just getting it from your mate or getting it from some guy in a car park or something like that.
Same as England, yeah.
Yeah, whereas over here,
dodgy drug dealer.
Yeah. Whereas over here, it's like going to a takeaway shop. It's like you got the menu and everything. You're like picking which one you want. You get have full information on it.
Yeah, of like what high it's going to give you, how much is in it. You know, there's so many things like CBG. I never realized CBG was a thing until now. But
yeah, we'll talk about music. But speaking of that,
your brother.
Yeah, my brother.
Let's talk about
that's
this is pretty good. As a English looking on this, I didn't realize that Goots' brother is in the Triple J.
He's doing the Leica version.
The live version.
He's doing the Leica versions next week. So for the Aussies out there watching, you'll probably all know about Triple J and that. But my brother's band, the Moving Stills, go check them out. The Moving Stills, they're sort of they're slowly getting up the pecking order now. But yeah, brother just gave me a call the other day saying that they're going to be doing Leica version next week, which is pretty awesome.
That's big.
It is,
because even I know about the live versions.
Yeah, no, it's really cool.
Is it like Baby Come Back, Ocean Alley?
Yeah.
I Touch Myself, which I played. I remember this. Sorry, I had a little story.
Yeah, go for it.
I was working at Tesco. For all the English people, we all know what Tesco is. And I was working at Tesco, it's a supermarket basically. And I was working in the back, and I put this on the speaker, and I Touched Myself by Lime Cordial, or Cordial, and people were looking at me like, what is this? What are you doing? Yeah. What are you playing? Yeah. It's a great song.
It's a really cool sort of concept. You're getting bands from all over the world, really. Like some massive artists have done it, and they come in and just do a cover of a song. BBC Radio does the same thing.
Live Lounge.
So they do a similar thing as well. And it's pretty cool. But yeah, music's been probably one of the biggest parts of my life. It's definitely something I want to pursue down the road. Whenever I get back home and sort of start to settle a bit.
So, what would your favorite? What song inspired you? What genre inspired you?
What song inspired me? I'd say "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd.
Oh,
that was
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, that was like a early.
Have you ever been so high and listened to Dark Side of the Moon?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Money on that album.
That's brilliant. But yeah, that song really really struck a chord with me early on. It was the first song I learned to play on guitar. It was just you're
a guitarist as well.
Yeah, I just remember just hearing it and just being so mesmerized, sort of thing. I grew up music was such a big thing in my household. My dad's a huge music head as well. Showing me insane songs. One of my earliest memories, I reckon, was me sneaking into my brother's room and stealing his iPod so I could listen to Metallica's album.
Metallica?
Yeah, just stuff like that. I feel like so many pinnacle points in my life. I've got a song that reminds me of it, or I've got a moment that I just feel like is just perfect with some music. And it's a very powerful thing. I'd say it's the one thing in the world I'd say that just unites everyone, no matter what sort of genre you're into.
Mr. Fell has joined the podcast.
How are we, haters?
Mr. Fell, bring up a chair, big lad.
Pull up, big fella. We'll put you.
We'll put you in the middle.
We'll move the plant. Yeah.
Come
join in, big fella.
So we just talked about music and everything.
Love it. Yeah.
Oh, am I in shot?
I'd say you are. It's all right. we just started talking about music and how inspiring it is and how.
Let me just check it.
Alright.
We'll be back in 1 second, people. Oh yeah, we're sweet.
Yeah.
That's going to be in the podcast.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, so we'll get back to music. So this is Mr. Fell. This is Hayden Fell. Hayden fell over, however you want to call him.
Howdy.
Again,
No,
another
yeah,
friend
yeah.
who's been
Oh,
close.
Day
With me. Yep, day one.
We'll share it.
Yeah.
We'll pass this back and forth.
We'll just swap it.
Yeah,
Brilliant. Yeah, Mr. Fell, introduce yourself as you join the podcast.
Well, I'm Hayden,
There you go.
one of the many Aussies here.
Tell us your story, man. How'd you get here?
How'd you get here?
Boat, plane?
It was a long swim.
Refugee. He's a swimmer as well. He's
Just
fucking
fucking-
wanky.
Got on a plane, kind of packed the morning of the flight. Here I am, just kind of winged it.
It's kind of winged
Pretty
it.
similar to me, I'd
Yeah.
say, yeah.
Like a lot of people are saying, but-
Figured it out along the way.
It's actually, we were just saying how it's crazy, like just meeting people.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I was talking to Catherine about that just then. And man, like, I had such a closed mind when I first came over here of like, these are the people I hang out with back home. It's
Yeah.
the same type of people. And then coming out here, it's like, no one fits that bill sort of thing.
Yeah. There's no egos out here.
No, everyone's just here to have a good time and chill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty
and
incredible.
smoke weed.
Smoke weed.
No one's
Everyone's-
taking
yeah.
life seriously.
Yeah, everyone's pretty chill. Everyone's got like the same outlook on life. Everyone's
So true.
everyone's just like having a good time. Like as like much as everyone goes through some sort of struggle at some point when they're here, like everyone's got each other's back. Like
So true.
everyone's like got a smile on their face. Like it's pretty hard to sort of be down when you got insane
behind you.
mountains and behind you. You got like some of the best people around the world with you.
Yeah,
It's a pretty special place.
it really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, I'm happy I moved here. Happy I met you boys.
Absolutely. Oh, but you.
Yeah, music. Let's go for music. So, what inspired you music-wise? Obviously, I know you like a bit of house,
Love house,
bit of techno.
bit of tech, bit of disco.
Good DJing.
Disco party.
And we love the Aussie indie scene.
Yeah, I was just telling them about the moving stills, about my brother being
Yeah.
in that.
He's been in
Yeah.
Triple J. That's
Oh
right.
yeah, I think I told you before, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You told me that was
Yeah, it's unreal.
pretty crazy.
Yeah,
something like
it's
that, actually.
insane. That's one difference I'd say Aussie definitely does better than Australia. Sorry.
Well,
Australia.
brilliant. There's definitely two parts to this podcast. There is definitely two parts.
Between
This is
Australia
brilliant.
and Canada, would be, the music scene back home is a lot better. I think there's a lot more like opportunity and just like festivals all year round.
I'd say
Obviously,
England and Australia are very close
England's
together.
more like mainstream than that.
Very true.
Australia is like
You have
in
your
some
own
sense,
like before coming to Australia, I did not know about Spacey Jane,
massive,
Ocean Alley.
yeah. There's just like I guess it's hard here. There's like 6 months out of the year where it's minus bloody 20 degrees. You can't really hold a festival when
No,
it's like
true,
that.
very
but,
true.
But just like the constant exposure to music back home, I'd say is definitely larger here. But also in saying that, have had like found a new love of country music while coming over here.
So
as well.
true.
It's
Yeah.
pretty hard to
I
escape.
love it.
It's
I
pretty hard to
absolutely love it.
escape while you're over here.
A beer never broke my heart.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Oh, I love it. But
Bitch did though.
I just think that the music scene over here, like in Banff especially, is like everything is on the spectrum. Like,
Yeah.
It's not just like back home. It's either like you go out listening to house,
Yeah.
club mixes and stuff like that, or
like
you're at
just
home with
around a
mates
campfire.
with like Aussie indie,
Yeah,
or
just
like just
playing,
rock.
like-
But here it's like everything comes through, like
Yeah, 100%.
rap, country.
Yeah.
What were you were like? What was
Talk
the kind of song, the South African house or something that you
Oh,
pulled up?
I
Just
just
like
love it.
random shit just pops up here, like random, but it's cool.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
all for it.
Yeah, come
Oh,
on.
fuck. I want to play South African house now.
African. We'll do it.
It can be the
Yeah.
outro. It can be the
That,
outro.
yeah. That's it.
Roll credits.
Yeah. The Star Wars credit.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so sick.
Play on the start.
But yeah, so yeah, music has definitely helped. I think.
Yeah. I was
In
saying like how
general,
powerful
just-
it is. Like you know, there's like
We're getting deep.
yeah, just like it's one thing that brings everyone together. Sports is a close second, but like everyone listens to music all around the world, no matter what. There's not like
and if you've got an open mind towards music, you can like,
listen to all of it.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
Very true.
I think that's definitely a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So how has BANFF
How's
it treated you? Yeah.
I was thinking about this earlier, actually.
Like people you've met.
Yeah, I feel like I was a very like kept to myself, had my like group of friends, had like my friends from different things, and then I just spent a lot of time by myself, whether it's just like at the beach, reading, playing video games, whatever. But here I'm like craving other people. Like I'm like have a night alone. I'm like, who's probably not doing anything and just like wants to hang out or something like that.
I think enjoying like people's story. I think me and Wade had a big chat right before he left, saying there's a lot of people like you just see them walk downtown. And I'm like, I just want to know your story. Like, whereas there's something back home that I never would have ever thought. Like to live here, like to get here, like even people who've like grown up here, it's just like, how have you gotten here? Like, what's been your process through here? Like, so many people, like friends that we've had, like some of the older people, like Pat's story of stuff that he had, like growing up.
I didn't know Pat was bald the whole season.
Yeah,
and then he took his
he's
hat
got to
off.
cover his beanie. He's got to cover the chrome dome.
I honestly thought it was like full hair.
Yeah,
he took his beanie off one day and he's bald.
That's insane. What? Yeah. But I think
Good. I don't know
like
if
you were
you're
saying,
in the
just
picture.
being a lot more open to people and just
be more open-minded to meet other people, because I feel like back home, if I were talking to say someone like you or Wade or Pat, it's just not people I'd mix with.
Yeah.
But then like coming over here and like made kind of friends with Jack first, and you introduced me to other people, and I was like, kind of just giving you a chance. Like, I gotta make friends.
Yeah. Like back home, it's almost like you have a criteria of when you're meeting when you're meeting people.
You're selective with who you actually give
100%. Yeah. Because you're like generally meeting, like the situations of how you're meeting people is a lot different. Whereas for us here, it's like a lot of the people that we met is like just through work. It's not really through going out as much.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's great. It is a great place. Let's just look around. That's an incredible sunset.
But I feel like it's also people back home, like you're friends with people from the exact same
area.
Well, not the same area, like same circumstances.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
all my mates were from the same, well, most of them were from the same school, played the same sport, same teams. Like everyone's experiences were so similar.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, like people like Pat, everyone here just has such a different story.
Yeah.
No one's from the same spot.
Nah.
Even if it's the same country, it's still a different town.
Everyone's had a different process of getting here.
Yeah, so true.
What else have you got in that little notebook of yours, Jackie boy?
I've got
Should we start pulling questions out of our ass and get really interested?
Yeah, go on.
That's an interesting question.
What's an interesting question that we could have?
What would you be doing right now if you didn't come to BANFF?
Oh,
that's an excellent question. I'd honestly probably still be home, or I'd be like trying. Yeah, I feel like just the way I was back home was so stuck. Like, was just getting a promotion at work, was about to like be earning good money finally, and like maybe look about finally moving out of mum and dad's house. But yeah, I feel like I just would have been in the same routine. I'd be getting ready for like cricket season or something like that now.
It wouldn't be like any different.
Nah, I'd be a lot more.
I don't think I'd be in England.
Really? You would have just left somewhere else.
You have a very
gone.
I want to. You got to be active.
I want like
you've got to.
I want like in a drive sense.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's the perfect way to say it.
I can't say.
I expect this from myself when I'm like 50.
You're constantly like pushing for something new.
You didn't say like
not something new, but like
it's good.
Absolutely. I respect it in so many ways.
Ambition. It's ambition.
That's it. That's the best way to put it.
Like
doing this, like I respect you so much for like doing a podcast, like building this company. It's like such a like unique, and nowadays it's like a lot harder. There's a lot more competition out there, but like you've still got that mindset of like, no, I'm making this work. It's such a respectable thing. Like there's not many people out there that like have a drive like you, I'd say.
Thank you.
All good, man.
Fuck.
Gotta get there.
Oh,
See, if
it's
it
made me
wasn't-
all-
if it
it's
wasn't
made me all-
BANFF,
it's
it
like
wasn't London.
emotional.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if it wasn't BANFF and it wasn't England,
Yeah. Where would you
Where
be?
would you be?
I felt a bit.
This is
Well,
big for you, actually.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is big
'cause-
life changes. Like you got CR now.
yeah, I got CR now. Got a girlfriend. Look at me go. Fuck yeah, I'd aim for Australia,
Yeah.
but then I wouldn't be
Because
able
you
to
did
get
a
my
short
visa.
trip there. You did a
Yeah,
short
yeah,
trip
yeah.
to
Wanting to go
Australia.
back after.
I think I'd do New Zealand.
Yeah.
I think I'd do New
Was
Zealand.
your experience in Australia like? Did it give you enough like to want to go back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got everything.
Yeah.
Like absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Like if you want to go to Queensland
Yeah.
just for a holiday, like it's a plane flight away, and it's like one of the nicest
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Like from an English perspective, Australia's like
Yeah.
top
It's-
tier.
I remember chatting to Mitch about this.
Not to be up your own arse.
Yeah,
but
no.
fuck it, you know what I mean?
I remember chatting to Mitch about this, and it's one of those things. Like I've loved every second of being over here.
Yeah.
Like it's such an incredible place living here, and just living in Canada in general.
Mm.
But like I wouldn't trade Australia for anything. Like that's
You've
like,
got
that's
everything
always where
Like in England-
That's always where I'll.
Yeah.
That's always where home.
But in
will be.
England, you got like what?
There's
Go to the
nothing
beach.
around.
You go to the beach.
And you
And
got
it's
pebble,
not-
you got
Pebble
pebbles,
rocks.
Exactly.
Stepping over Dwayne the Rock Johnson in water.
and it's just grubby water.
Yeah.
It's just there is nice places in the UK. I have to
Yeah,
agree.
absolutely. Everywhere's got the
Like, and
diamonds,
it's got
but-
my family and friends and everything. But like Australia was so good.
Yeah,
Like I was planning on going to Australia after
It
even like before Sian.
it's
I
the
was-
lucky country for a reason.
Yeah, it is very good. It's just like your like banter is so
It's
similar
so
to
on
ours.
par with
Yeah.
England.
Yeah,
it's
just-
the best.
just-
It's the best thing.
Just straight.
As
up
much as I
fucking-
hate England, I do love English people. Like fucking around with them.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
it's
it's
good.
incredible.
Yeah,
It's
because my dad was saying, it was like if like some people from England move over to Australia, and like they're like, oh yeah, really excited, and fuck, I was
well
lost train
done,
of thought.
Jack. Well done.
No,
Love
that's
that.
it. My dad said it was like, oh, if people move to Australia and they go to a bar and like an Aussie just like takes the piss at you,
Yeah.
if you back away, you're gonna get
Oh,
ruined by those Aussies.
yeah. I'd walk
But if
out
you
straight
give it
away.
back to them,
yeah,
like you're sweet.
you're like, oh yeah, let's
Yeah,
go.
Instant acceptance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you love it. Like
Yeah.
whether it's like a comment about like the rugby or cricket or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just something
Just
Like
any
rugby.
sledge, any
Yeah.
sledge.
Rugby, like Wade knew like everything about
Yeah,
rugby.
yeah. It's
And
insane.
you do you?
No, not as
Not
much
as
as Wade does.
Yeah,
But yeah.
because England is shit now. So either way, that's another story for another day. You're right, good.
Yeah, man, I'm sure.
All right, guys. Sorry that cut off. But we had an issue with the storage on my phone because it was such a long podcast that I didn't like it. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here saying there's definitely 2 parts to this podcast. I know I'm saying this at the end, but there was definitely like the meaningful bit. Then we spoke to Joint, and then it just got funny. And then Hayden came in, and there was But yeah, I just wanted to say, guys, that all the merch and everything, the t-shirt that I was wearing in the podcast, this coat, which is pretty nice for the winter as well, is all on the website, which is www.rarityfarm.com. The podcast will be on Spotify, on YouTube, and yeah, we're living life in Banff. And yeah, thank you for Goots for saying everything that you wanted to say. Thank you for Hayden for joining. And yeah, guys, catch you on the bright side. Keep the positive vibes up. Have a good one, guys.